Hello, my name is Anakin Alice and I'm a wellness advocate for doTERRA. doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world, and they don't just do the essential oils, they do a lot of other products as well, skincare, supplements, and hair care, and loads of other products like that. doTERRA is the most tested and most trusted essential oil company in the world. They do in-house testing and third-party testing, and all that testing is available for you to view online. Whether you already bought a doTERRA product or not, you can check on what their testing procedures are online. And when you buy an oil, it actually has a number on the bottom. You can type that into a website called source2you.com, and you can get the testing results of that batch of oil. Now, unless you're a chemist, those test results probably don't mean much to you, but it's available there if you want to have a look at it. So in this video, I'm going to specifically talk about what I use for my skin. In the last year since I joined doTERRA, I've completely overhauled my skincare routine to use just doTERRA products or essential oils. And I'm actually using fewer products now than I used to. My skin is more even. I'm using less foundation. Instead of just using foundation, I'm actually mixing it with a bit of moisturizer to make it a little bit lighter. And I get fewer spots, and my skin tone is more even. So I'm going to share what I'm doing. So first thing in the morning, when I get in the shower, I use the doTERRA Essential Skincare Facial Cleanser. This one has melaleuca and peppermint in it. I was a bit worried about the peppermint, but it actually feels really nice and it's really fresh, and I love how it makes my skin feel. So I just put that on my skin and then wash it off, rinse it off with water. When I get out of the shower, because after I've sort of rinsed my face with water, my skin always feels quite dry. So I made this skin spritz that I just spritz all over my face. Now I don't know the size of this bottle. I'm thinking maybe 40 ml, maybe 50 ml. I'm not sure, but in this bottle I have put 10 drops each of patchouli, frankincense, lavender, cypress, geranium, bergamot and ylang ylang. And then I put about a quarter of fractionated coconut oil, and then I fill the rest up with rose water. And then I just give it a shake, spritz it, 3 or 4 spritzes on my face every morning. And it just makes my skin, it's like a toner really, it just makes my skin sort of freshen up a bit, and it takes away some of that dryness I feel when I've just had a shower. And then I use my Vogue moisturizer. So doTERRA does 3 skincare lines. The Essential Skincare, which this facial cleanser is part of, the Vogue line, which is this one, and the HD Clear line. So if you have very oily skin, you get a lot of acne, then the HD Clear line is best for you. The Essential Skincare is the basic one and is slightly cheaper than the Vogue one. I tried the Essential Skincare anti-aging moisturizer, but it's a little bit too rich for my skin. If I use products that are too rich, I end up breaking out in spots. So I tried the Vogue moisturizer, and it's like a sort of lotiony, quite light lotiony formula, and it suits my skin really well. So it's got a pump top, so I do 3 squirts of that every morning in my hand, and then I add 1 drop each of myrrh and ylang ylang. I actually mix them together in a little dropper bottle like this, and I just put 2 drops of this in. Now a little word about myrrh. Myrrh, it's actually a little bit difficult to open it, but if you look, can you see here inside that dropper thing how it's kind of gone a bit, there's a bit of stuff sort of stuck in there, that's sort of like set. So myrrh, when it's exposed to air, tends to go hard, or sort of like sticky hard substance. So when I realized this, when I opened this bottle of myrrh and I used used it in my first blend, so I took probably about 10 drops and put it in my thyroid blend. I then topped it up with fractionated coconut oil, so this has actually got fractionated coconut oil mixed in it, and that just stops some of that hardening process. But this one, I don't know whether you can see the top here, this one was fine, and then I went on a trip and I put this in my toiletry bag, and I think some oil must have gone up into the top of the dropper, because it's got like a little dropper thing on it. So I think it's probably gone all the way up and it's basically deteriorating the plastic. So that will be going in the bin. So yeah, just be a little bit careful with myrrh because it will do that. But myrrh is great for skin. It's also great for dental health. So I use that in my mouthwash as well. Okay, so that's my face done in the morning. I don't use an eye cream at the moment. I was using one, but I'm waiting for doTERRA to come up with their eye cream in the UK. It's out in the US, and I'm hoping it'll be launched here in August when they launch a bunch of other new products. I also, once I put my moisturizer on, I just take my Immortelle roller. So this is the anti-aging blend. The Immortelle, it has, let's have a look. So it has frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. So helichrysum is one of the oils I haven't tried yet. I haven't bought a single oil yet. It's quite expensive, but it's great for skin. It's also really good if you start bleeding, to stop bleeding. Just put a drop on the wound and it will stop the bleeding. I haven't tried that yet, but that's what I've been told. But this Immortelle, it's got, all those oils are very expensive. So this bottle is not cheap. So what I did, because this is actually pure oil, it's not diluted with anything. So what I did was, when I got it, I took the top off and then I actually poured half of this. I split it out between 2 roller bottles or 3, I can't remember. And then I topped the rest up with, this one I've topped up with rosehip and melon seed oil. So I did half rosehip, half melon seed oil. And it's got a roller thing at the top, so I can just roll it onto my face. So I roll it around my eyes, around the bones around my eyes, the middle of my forehead, you know, to target that wrinkle there, just around my cheeks, across my chin, along this line here, and then across my cheek there. And it's, a lot of people say it's like Botox in a bottle. That's what a lot of people were saying. I like it. It's really, really good. And most people do dilute it because it is so expensive. And then after that, I just put my makeup on. Now, if I have any sort of very dry skin, so that recently I've had a dry patch of skin just next to my nose, and I was putting oils on it every day, but it wasn't helping. So then I get my Correct X out. And this is the, it's an essential ointment. It's got, let's have a look. It has got frankincense, helichrysum, cedarwood, melaleuca, lavender in it. So, and it's sort of like a, if I take some, sort of like a little sort of gel formula. Put that on my hand. You don't need to use very much. It's great for dry skin. If you get any dry skin patches, it's great for your cuticles. Some people use it as an under eye cream. I think it's a little bit too rich for that, for my personal taste. Any kind of dry skin, that's what I use. A lot of people also use it on wounds. If they got kids and they fall over and scrape their knee or whatever, they'll put some of that on the actual wound before they dress it. And then I put my makeup on. So that's my morning routine. Now in the evening, to take my makeup off, I take my bottle of fractionated coconut oil. I just squirt a tiny bit in my hand. I just gently put that over my eyes. I don't want to say rub, because I don't rub it, because you shouldn't, careful with your eye, skin around your eye, because it's very delicate. But just kind of smooth it over my eyes. And then I take one of the, well, sometimes I'll take just a cotton wool pad and just wipe it off, and it takes off your eye makeup so quickly. Now some people like to just use it all over their face, so they'll just put fractionated coconut oil with a drop of melaleuca, which is the same as tea tree, and a drop of lavender, and they'll just massage that all over their face. They'll take a flannel or face cloth, they'll soak it in warm water, squeeze all the water out so it's damp but warm, put that over their face for a few seconds, and then wipe off the oil. And it leaves the skin feeling really soft. I haven't tried that yet. I was worried because my skin, I've got combination skin, they might be too much, might make it too oily. But I've heard from people who've got really acne prone skin and they say it's fantastic. So I will probably try it at some point, but I haven't tried it yet. But I have made some makeup pads. So these are just a glass jar that I had that was the right size. You can use a plastic box as well. And I just get these big cotton wool pads from the chemist. I put a stack in here, and then I make a mixture. I put a stack in there, then I make a mixture, and let me just check my books quickly because I can never remember what's in it. So let me just have a quick look and see if I can find it. Okay, so I put half a tablespoon of witch hazel, 2 tablespoons fractionated coconut oil. You can use any other carrier oil, but I like the fractionated coconut oil because it's not too oily, it's not too greasy. 2 tablespoons water. Now, if you can get distilled water, that's probably best. I actually just boiled the kettle and let the water cool down and then take 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, which you can buy in health food shops. And then I do 4 drops each of lavender and melaleuca. And I just mix that together in a jug, and then I just pour it over my cotton wool rounds in here. Because I stack this up to the top, what I do is I put half in, pour half the mixture over, then I put the other half in, and then I pour the rest over. And it just soaks through all the layers. Some of them are wetter than others. If you find that the ones on the top get too dry, just take the whole pile and just flip it over. I used to use makeup wipes for my face to clean my makeup off, and these are just so much better. My skin feels better, I get fewer breakouts as well. Cleansing your skin is one of the most important things. It's actually more important than your moisturizer. And when my beauty therapist told me that, I didn't believe her. But after having spoken to several beauty therapists who told me that, and I believe that. So if you're going to spend money on the cleanser rather than moisturizer. Okay, so then that's my makeup taken off. Then I use a face oil in the evening. So this is my face oil. I got these 15ml bottles from, and it's got like a pump bottle on the top. It's from a company called essentialoilsupplies.co.uk. But if you're in the US, there's probably companies there that sell the similar thing. You can just take an empty oil bottle, can't say it, oil bottle, and then just get a pump top to put on top. So, and you can probably buy these on Amazon as well, I think. So I take one of these 15ml bottles and I put in, just quickly refer to my notebook so I give you the right recipe. So I put blue tansy, which is the new wonder oil. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Blue tansy, so 10 drops of blue tansy, 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of geranium, 10 drops of 5 drops of copaiba or copaiba. Copaiba, it's not out in the Europe yet. It'll be launched in Europe in August, but I got this at convention, the doTERRA convention, a few weeks ago. But this is an amazing oil. It's very supportive for pain, inflammation. It's tightening to the skin, so it's great to use if you get a lot of problems with acne and things. This is a really good oil to use. So I don't get acne, so I just put 5 drops in. Also, I don't have that much left. I'm down to like a quarter of the bottle. I've only had it like 3 weeks. So I only put 5 drops of copaiba in, but if you've got very acne prone skin, you might want to experiment with putting a bit more in. Then I fill up half of this bottle with rosehip oil, and the other half with jojoba oil. So what carrier oil you use is just the personal choice. Just do a bit of googling, search the properties. Rosehip has some great anti-aging properties and anti-aging properties. So I like to use rosehip. It is a little bit more expensive and it is quite rich, which is why I use half rosehip. Jojoba is very moisturizing, so that's what I use those two in here. But you can use fractionated coconut oil. Also try it, and if it's too rich for your skin, switch out the carrier oil and try one that's a bit lighter, like fractionated coconut oil. Now, the blue tansy is actually a blue oil. I'm not going to put a drop in my hand, but I'm just going to touch the top of the bottle. Can you see that? It's blue. When I first got it, I put 1 drop in my hand and rubbed it all over my hand, and it took hours for it to go away, so it was a little bit much. So now I just touched the finger on the top and I tried to rub it into my hand, and you can see it's a little bit blue. Now, when I first got it, I put 1 drop in my moisturizer, and that would leave a slightly blue tinge on my face. Now that blue tinge disappears after a while, so you may want to use it at night rather than in the morning. But now I put it in here, and even though the oil is blue, I'll just put a bit, just squirt in my hand. So it's got like a sort of bluey green look to it, but when I rub it into my hands, that was just one squirt. It doesn't leave my hands blue, and it doesn't leave my face blue. I usually do like 1 or 2 squirts of this on my face in the evening, and it doesn't leave my face green. It looks a bit green when I put it on, but once I've massaged it in, the blue is gone. So just be careful with blue tansy. Don't use it first thing in the morning. Vogue calls this the Miracle product. Is in loads of high care skincare products, so it is really, really popular at the moment. And some of these skin oils that I looked at online, you pay a lot of money for those, and you can easily make them yourself. And then the problem with blue tansy is I personally don't like the smell of it. Some people love it, but I don't. So after I put my face oil on, I just take my Immortelle roller and I just swipe that over my face, just because it makes it smell. It takes away some of that blue tansy smell. And then I also, because I let me just find the right oil. So because I have some very slight sort of spider veins, red veins on my cheeks, I noticed that about a year ago. I put a little bit of rose. This is the Rose Touch. I just put a little bit of that on my cheeks in the evening before I go to bed. Rose is great for skin. You could just take this and just swipe it all over your skin. Jasmine. Let me just show you these. The jasmine is also good for skin. doTERRA does this in a roller bottle and a rollie. So doTERRA do these 3 in roller bottles. They are available in the US, Canada, and Australia. Let me just see if I get them all like that for you. These 3. They're not available in the UK or Europe yet, but they will be in August. So I'm really excited about that, but they're all really good for your skin. Okay, so I've given you a lot of information about what I do with my skin. If you have any questions, just ask. If you haven't tried essential oils and you would like to, or you've tried essential oils but you don't know anything about doTERRA but you're interested in finding out more, send me a message. My contact details is below the video, and I'm happy to chat with you. There's no obligation chat, just to talk about what would be best for you. I can also send you some samples to try. Doesn't matter where in the world you are, just send me a message and we'll sort out some samples. So I have a blog post that has details on all the oils that I use in my product and why I use them. So like the properties of each oil, as well as the recipes I've shared, and some other oils that I don't personally use but that are good for your skin. So I'm going to link to that below this video, so please go and take a look and read that. Okay, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.